Have you ever felt that, no matter how hard you try, you can't maintain productive habits long enough to see results? As if a lack of discipline is sabotaging your progress before you even start? The truth is that most people fail not because they lack motivation, but because they don't know how to structure a routine that really works for the brain. And when you understand the right triggers, small daily changes can generate exponential results over time. In this video, you'll discover how to create a routine that powers your brain, increases your focus, and multiplies your result. Whether you're an entrepreneur, student, or professional looking for more discipline, here you'll learn practical and scientifically proven techniques to transform your routine into a powerful growth tool. So stick with me until the end, because this could be the key to unlocking your productivity once and for all. Have you ever felt that you start the day with big plans, but in the end you don't seem to have done anything really productive? Or perhaps you've tried to create healthier and more productive habits, but after a few days everything falls apart, and you're back to the same patterns as before? The truth is that this doesn't happen because you don't have enough discipline or willpower, but because your current routine is programmed to maintain the same repetitive actions every day. If you don't structure your routine in a strategic way, your brain will continue to follow automatic patterns that sabotage your productivity. But the good news is that small changes can generate big results, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to create a routine that boosts your brain and multiplies your result. Most people fail when trying to create a productive routine because they believe they have to change everything at once. They decide to wake up earlier, start meditating, read every day, exercise, and eliminate distractions, all at the same time. But the human brain resists sudden changes. When you try to change too many habits at once, your mind goes into overload, and the result is a setback. You feel demotivated, frustrated, and end up going back to old habit. And you know what's worse? This experience reinforces the belief that you don't have enough discipline, when in fact the problem isn't with you, but with the wrong strategy. To change this, we need to understand how the brain works and how it builds habit. Your brain is programmed to seek efficiency. This means that any behavior repeated enough becomes automatic, to save energy. That's why you don't need to think to brush your teeth or drive. These actions are already programmed into your system. And that goes for both good and bad habits. If you have a habit of checking your phone every 5 minutes or putting off important tasks, your brain reinforces these behaviors until they become part of your identity. But the key point is that this programming can be changed. The concept of neuroplasticity shows that the brain is constantly adapting and that we can reprogram it to act differently. Now for the most important question: how do you create a routine that really works and boosts your brain? To do this, there are 3 fundamental principles that you need to apply. The first is clarity and purpose. If you don't know exactly why you're creating a new habit, your brain won't see the point in keeping it up. So before adding anything new to your routine, ask yourself, why is this important to me? And how can this habit transform my life over time? Being clear about this makes it much easier to sustain the routine. The second principle is to reduce resistance. Your brain will always look for the easy way out. If creating a new habit is complicated, it will be abandoned quickly. So your aim should be to make the change as simple as possible. If you want to start reading, for example, leave a book visible in your environment, open to the page where you left off. If you want to exercise, prepare your workout clothes the night before. The less effort it takes to get started, the more likely you are to stick with it. And the third principle is reward and positive reinforcement. Your brain learns based on rewards. If a behavior generates a good feeling, it will be repeated. The problem is that productive habits don't usually offer immediate rewards. Reading a book today won't bring visible results tomorrow. But you can create positive reinforcement. After completing an important task, celebrate the achievement, even in a simple way. This teaches your brain to associate the new habit with a pleasant feeling, increasing your chances of keeping it. Now that you know the fundamental principles, let's move on to the 3 practical techniques that can speed up this process. The first is habit stacking. This method consists of associating a new habit with something you already do automatically. For example, if you want to get into the habit of writing down your daily goals, do it straight after having breakfast. If you want to meditate every day, do it after brushing your teeth. As the first habit is already automatic, it acts as a trigger for the new behavior, making it much easier to incorporate it into your routine. The second technique is the 2-minute rule. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to create habits is wanting to start on a grand scale. They try to read 50 pages a day, work out for an hour, or wake up at 5 a.m. without a gradual process. This leads to fatigue and giving up. The 2-minute rule solves this problem. Start with the simplest and quickest version of the habit you want to develop. Want to read more? Read just 1 page. Want to start exercising? Do 2 minutes of stretching. The aim is to make the new habit so easy that there is no resistance. Over time, your brain will get used to it and you can gradually increase the intensity. And the third technique is positive neuroassociation. Your brain avoids behaviors that it associates with pain or excessive effort. So if you see your routine as tiring and full of obligations, your brain will do everything it can to keep you away from it. To avoid this, associate your productive habits with pleasurable experiences. If you want to read more, create a comfortable environment, choose a quiet place and combine reading with something you like, such as tea or coffee. If you want to wake up earlier, connect it to a reward, such as watching the sunrise or listening to your favorite music. These small associations completely change how your mind sees routine. Now imagine the impact these strategies could have on your life. Instead of feeling frustrated at not being able to maintain productive habits, you'll finally be able to structure your routine in a way that works. Small daily changes, when applied consistently, generate gigantic transformations over time. Creating a powerful routine is not about doing everything at once, but about creating a system that makes progress inevitable. Now, I want to know from you, which of these techniques will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And if this content made sense to you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos on productivity and personal transformation. See you in the next video.